You spoke earlier about becoming the bitch, becoming the greed, becoming whatever. Is it an adjective afterward? I'm not sure. But one of those things, a feeling. So when you're speaking about this becoming, are you pointing to being the bitch, seeing the bitch and doing it anyway whilst it's going on? Is that what you're pointing to, witnessing it happening?
Exactly, and it might be the most misunderstood or conversed about kind of thing, because it has to do with becoming the actuality that you are. So if we used greed in Timothy's situation, but if you discover that you're a bitch, then every part of your life you're a bitch, all of it. That's the reason it's hard to discover it, because there's no break point. There's no place that you can begin to discover yourself from, because it's difficult to break through. It's what's called breakthrough. That's why somebody said they use a 2x4, 4x4, not just a 4x2. There needs to be a interruption in your cosmic life of nonsense, of your sitting on the dock of the bay watching the tide roll away kind of thing, in order to discover that you are a bitch. And if you discover a glitch in your way of being, and if you discover that you are a bitch by virtue of someone saying it or seeing one of your actions, that's the place to look from to see how much of it in your life that you are a bitch. And if you look closely, you'll discover it's all of it, the entirety of it. Every female on this planet is that. Exactly. I was interrupted. I didn't get far enough to say, and that the male is the same way, except they're hondo macho. All of them, every one of them. So all females are exactly alike, and all males are exactly alike. And yet here we go. We switch males, we switch females, we run around, we break up with one, we say how terrible they were. We have all kinds of excuses. I mean, my mother left me to die. And that was probably the greatest experience I could have ever had.